cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. I think we're the worst. That was the worst.
And welcome to another episode of Maximize Your Nerd. All right, so today, if you can't tell, Hail Hydra. We got our Hail Hydra. We are going to be talking.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra. We're going to be talking Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier. That's our topic for today. We have all gone and seen the movie, had a blast.
Over the weekend, yeah?
Over the weekend. We said we were going to do it. We did it. You guys, first impression. How'd you guys like it? Yeah? Yay or nay?
Definitely a strong yay.
Yay.
Yeah?
Definitely.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It was pretty damn good. I'm not much of a Captain America fan, but that movie really set me on the path. Maybe it's the acting. I feel it's the acting. I feel like I need to hit the gym, need to drink my Ovaltine now.
I know you need your super soldier serum. You
Gotta
just
get my superhero. So they sell that in Publix, right? I think they sell that in Publix.
They might sell it at Chibi's.
Oh, it's one of the secret menu items. Yo, guys, check out that the Chibi secret menu item, the superheroes. You got to make a drink for that.
We need to.
What do you think? You come up with the superhero serum, the super soldier serum, and if you guys are watching this episode, come in and ask for that. Only people who have seen this episode will know about it. So you gotta give it to them. Whatever you think of.
It's the Peco punch, guys.
Don't tell them yet.
The girls don't know, but it's the Peco punch.
Well, yeah. If you're a maid, apparently you're a superhero. Well, if
you
think
have to
about it,
be.
in America, yeah, you're trying to be you're trying to be cute in a place that thinks everything's sexy. So that's a topic for another day. Winter Soldier, cute but sexy. No,
No.
no.
Well, Scarlet,
the
Black Widow.
All right, guys, I want you to leave a comment right now in the comment section below. How do you like Black Widow's hair? Short,
Long and
Long.
curly. And straight.
and straight. How do you like it? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll make fun of you later because it's long hair. Long hair.
yeah, I'm a fan of the long straight hair.
Long straight hair.
I like the Iron Man long, dark, and curly red hair that she had.
All right. Well, we know who to kill first. All right, so let's just jump right into this. I say that so many times. Oh, really big thing right now. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. We are going to be spoiling the heck out of this movie, guys. No matter what.
Easter
if you didn't
eggs.
See this? You're not going to want to now. Well, some people are okay with spoilers, but yeah, we're reviewing the story. We're touching Easter eggs. I mean, we got character, everything, guys. We are spoiling.
Things you might not have thought of, things you might have thought of or caught during the movie. Feel free to let us know in comments below.
If you just turned off the movie because you're like, oh no, spoiler warnings, let us know in the comments below. And like I said, I'll point and laugh at you.
And we're definitely going to talk about things you probably don't care about at all.
That's what being a nerd is all about. Talk about things nobody cares. Oh, I care about
Even
it.
theories for at the end of the movie. And if you guys haven't learned yet, Marvel throws, especially after Avengers, they do two end.
Two end credits.
Right.
Right. One that's a very nice looking end credit thing, and then it introduces all the main people, who they were, the characters and everything, and then it'll stop there. Always has that little video right there.
It's just so surprising that I still go and people still get up and go home.
They walk
And
right out of the theater.
They just walk right out.
Like, oh, credits started. I'm out. It's
I'm
like,
done. Obviously, they're not going to tease the next comic book cliffhanger. What comic?
oh, it's not like they have 17 movies now. But
Even they left during they thought the middle cliffhanger was the final cliffhanger, so it was. A lot of people left for the first cliffhanger. They didn't see that, and then once they saw the middle one, they're like, okay, that's it. and they didn't wait for the final scene.
They had 3 exits there. They had one before the credits because they had that little extra before the credits. Then they had the one after the credits, and they had that little extra after the.
Right.
It's all over the place, guys.
Yeah.
And like we said at the last podcast, or we mentioned that they've got it right. They're making it a linear story, so I think they're touching on everything.
And that's what you need if you want to make a comic book movie. You got to have it like the comic books.
Right.
Everything is planned out in advance. You can't just make a one shot and we're done.
Right.
And Daredevil.
As we're talking now, we're seeing reviews for the new Spider-Man, both good and bad, and we'll probably touch on that too after we've seen it as well.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're focusing on today. Today we're focusing on Captain America. I thought they made Captain a lot more badass. I think it's just the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. The first tanker scene, I really haven't read Captain America, but I kind of assumed he's like a Boy Scout, kind of like your Superman.
Right.
I wasn't expecting to throw a knife through a guy's hand to stab him on the wall so he can't reach for the alarm. It's like, I thought you just used the shield cap, knock him out, throw him overboard. They threw a lot of guys overboard, but was not expecting.
It was darker.
It was a little darker
compared to the
Cap
other.
Did a lot of things that I really didn't expect them to.
Right. Compared to the first Captain America, where they have the backstory. Avengers again, you see Cap, but he's not doing what we've seen in this particular movie.
Especially in Avengers, he's fighting aliens. Like, people don't really have a second thought when you're fighting aliens, so he could decapitate someone, no one would notice. But you're fighting humans in this one. You toss them overboard, stabbing them through hands, you deflecting bullets onto them.
And when you watch Avengers, you get the sense that this is probably his first mission when Nick Fury approaches him.
Yeah.
Like, this is Avengers probably his first mission since coming out the ice.
Yeah.
So maybe now you imagine a few months went by because he got a new suit and everything. So now we get to see Cap play with his shield, have it ricochet more like we're used to.
Yeah.
And definitely see him do a lot more fighting.
Yeah, he's definitely a special operative in this one,
Yeah.
for sure. Spec Ops.
And like you just mentioned, he definitely did the deflecting of the shield a lot more.
A
That
lot,
made me
yeah.
really happy.
A lot.
Because that's one of his specialties. He just knows how to throw that shield so it always comes back.
And it's one of those scary things when you're watching a movie that could look really, really bad, but they pulled it off.
They pulled it off
They
very
did.
well.
Yeah.
Just tinging off things and smacking guys in the
Yeah.
back. Having a darker, like how I felt there, it was a little darker, but darker for the movie. Having it written by two comedian, like comic writers, they did.
It was Anthony and Joe Russo.
Yeah, Anthony and Joe Russo.
Yeah.
Anthony and Joe Russo. They write
For Community.
Community and Arrested Development.
And it's one of those weird, Marvel is great at making these decisions that make everyone say, why? What Marvel? Why would you choose these two? What in their resume says, they could do a conspiracy superhero film and knock it out the park.
Yeah.
Like, let's choose the two guys who write the two funniest shows on television.
The funny thing is that Jose was visiting. We were talking about the show for this next podcast. We're just going over some stuff.
Yeah.
And he pulls up the two writers and he goes, Noel, oh my God. The look on his face, I was like, what?
Like, this guy's directed you, me, and Dupree. and now they're directing Captain America Winter Soldier. It just shows you that you can't judge where your career is going to go.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Comic writers doing comics. I mean, I guess.
And they're signed on for...
We're thinking
English
common,
language.
right?
Maybe someone got confused. Maybe the secretary said, we're doing
Find me some comic directors, and they Googled the wrong people.
like, this is my favorite movie, me, you, and Dupree. And they agreed to direct Captain America. Let's make it work. But they're signed on for part 3 also, so this dark tone is going to probably carry over to the third film.
Okay.
So, obviously Marvel has a lot of faith in it. The third Captain America film they're signed on for. So,
Awesome. Yeah, they've already got up to Cap 3 already playing guys. We'll touch on the world universe, how it's going to be in a bit. But all right, so quick overview of the plot.
All right, so this movie, obviously, it picks up from the events of the Avengers. and we still have Captain America trying to figure out his place. And Captain America, the first Avenger, the movie ended with him waking up in the Times Square. Avengers picked up with him still trying to discover his place, and then this movie, he's kind of doing missions for S.H.I.E.L.D. He still doesn't really know where his place is in the world, and throughout all the twists and turns, I think it's more of a discovery episode for Captain America, where he discovers where he belongs in the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
So we get to see the true leader emerge.
Yeah.
Because maybe, I think some people feel like in Avengers, Captain America was there, but he was the sidekick to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So,
That's definitely it. Cap is supposed to be the leader of the Avengers.
well, at least on the field.
On the field.
Like,
yeah.
I understand him and
He's
Tony.
always
Yeah,
calling the shots.
yeah, definitely on the field. And I think you definitely saw that in this movie. Especially in the movie right off the bat set the tone. All the soldiers respected him. There was no doubt any of his strategies.
Doing.
He knew what he was doing. Yep.
That's why he did that tanker. He did that thing like nobody's business.
That-
It was how everything was set up, just going perfectly. How he won it. Can we put that little Easter egg since I keep pulling?
Yeah,
the tanker?
yes.
The mercenary that he fights inside of that. I don't know if you guys realized. I didn't even realize until we sat for the pre-shoot for this. The mercenary was
Batroc.
Batroc the Leaper.
And if you don't know who he is, it's okay because barely anybody knows.
Yeah, he is a very minor villain. Sorry. I'll picture, of course, over Noel's face.
Awesome. And the funny thing is, I was looking at the costume that Batroc is wearing.
Yeah.
They follow the yellow and purple.
You don't even notice.
It's so
I
subtle.
just thought he was just wearing, just mercenary colors because that's what he was, just like an ex-US military, whatever. And now he's just a random pirate taking over a ship. But yeah, he's got the purple sleeves. He's got the two yellow
lines
stripes right down. Like,
But he doesn't have his mustache.
he doesn't have his evil man mustache. Yeah, it probably wouldn't fit well in the film.
No.
That touches on.
I'm sorry the purists get upset when they see that scene.
It touches with you gotta rewrite some things.
Definitely.
Because if you saw somebody with like a Fu Manchu running around, I'm a pirate taking over this ship. Nah.
But that was a good fight scene. I think right off the bat, we're so used to seeing the aliens and maybe Thor throwing his hammer and Tony Stark with the repulsor beams. You saw a good old-fashioned fight scene, not that,
Hand to hand.
and not that Batman fight scene where it's just cut. You got to see a nice fight scene. Yes.
A very nicely choreographed fight scene. And that guy, like, you wouldn't realize that was like a minor bad guy. He held his own against Cap.
He
Which
had to take his
didn't make sense at first, but then
Yeah.
after reviewing before this particular podcast, I knew now why
Yeah.
he held his
Neither
own
did I. I
against
was
him.
like, Cap was literally like throwing people left and right with one hand, and this
Right,
guy
and-
knocked Cap onto his knees.
And then this dude, Cap is a super soldier. Who the hell is this guy?
Exactly.
To be able to go toe to toe with the captain, especially, he got hit with the shield quite a few times.
Yeah, and kept on going.
He got
escaped.
he got frustrated. He had to take off his helmet.
Yeah, but
Put down the shield.
He escaped, and that was that guy.
That was it, and that started the main plot point with the drive, with all the shield secrets, and that's when Captain America discovers. This is a spoilers, remember, folks. And then we discovered that Black Widow had her own mission.
Yeah.
With the file, the shield file, which I always find funny is that their thumb drive has the shield logo on it. Those are the little pet peeves. I'm like, where did you get that
They
custom?
couldn't have just used a nondescript black thing.
No.
It's gotta have the shield.
It's just shield
on it.
logo.
That's the only way you know it works, right? That's just me just being a comic book fan.
I guess that's a throwback to the comic book thing. Is
That's true.
How ridiculous it looks.
Right, and that's another thing. I mean, it's definitely they're showing the spy aspect of the whole movie.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting it to be like that kind of conspiracy. You don't know who's who, which I really like, being an advent of this secret invasion.
Right.
Which
Noticing a little something.
it would.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think this movie, as a thriller and as a conspiracy kind of movie, I think a lot of people were expecting maybe an invasion angle, which we did get an invasion angle, but it wasn't, I think, what we were expecting.
Yeah.
Some people might have been expecting the Skrulls, but I think the angle that it took really ties Iron Man 2 and Captain America: The First Avengers, and now when you rewatch those films, you have to watch them with a different point of view.
Right. And it also just lets us go. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. the internet meme of the week before it gets slaughtered. Yeah.
I'm glad Hydra's back. Hydra it's just really hilarious to me. They have infinite number of minions and they're all loyal to their cause. Like, they were in Secret Invasion. They're just like, yeah, you can't infiltrate us. We already know who you are. You're not loyal to Hydra.
Yeah.
We're Hydra. You're not Hydra.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was nice to see them again.
And just to touch on another point, the whole Hydra scene, it's with Shield, Agents of Shield, the TV show. It's going to screw everything up on that show as well. This Winter Soldier has because Agents of Shield is the focal point. Mm-hmm. It's going to definitely Captain America's a turning point for that show as well.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely catch up on that. I don't think any of us.
I honestly,
I'm the only one
I saw the first episode and it was pretty bad. So any shake up to me is a welcome shake up.
Yeah,
but
it's on our to-do list.
Yeah, that's maybe. I don't even know if I could get into that, but maybe the Uprising stuff will be good.
Okay.
So we'll check that out.
What I know we're looking at. I'm looking at our notes here, and we're talking about again Winter Soldier. If you haven't caught on by now, a lot of people didn't know who that was.
Right.
Who the Winter Soldier
was. Right. In the theater, that was his childhood friend Bucky. Like, okay, yeah, we knew.
Something I took for granted. I thought it was common knowledge.
Yeah. Right, so I did too.
I was speaking to some friends and I guess I ruined the movie for them.
And be like, oh, dude, I didn't know that. It's like
you didn't?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I don't even read Captain America, and I still kind of knew that. I mean, I'm not elitist about it. I won't touch like that. But yeah, it kind of was common knowledge if you know Cap, Bucky,
right?
I know these things.
And one thing is, Winter Soldier is probably, if you don't follow comics, he's probably one of the most recent villains that have been introduced. He was introduced in 2005, Volume 5 of Captain America.
Which is recent for comics.
Yeah, especially. So he was introduced then because Bucky for decades has been presumed dead.
Yeah.
So when he first came back in the comic book world, it was a big deal. But the writer, Ed Brubaker, introduced him in a way that it's always hard to bring a character back from the dead, but he did it in a way that made sense for Captain America.
Yeah.
And he instantly became a fan favorite, Winter Soldier. So if you haven't read that, I have a quick list, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, so if you want to catch up to the Winter Soldier stuff and see how it compares to the movie, I recommend Captain America Volume 1, Winter Soldier Ultimate Edition, and Volume 2, Red Menace, to give you a general idea of how he came back. And if you want to just read about the guy himself, Winter Soldier Volume 1, Longest Winter, is a good place to start. And then from there, you have a whole lot of stuff that I'm sure we're going to talk about, but get a good foundation.
I'll put those links to those comics in the chat below. You can buy them up on, what is it, Amazon or...
Amazon, Well, actually, Comixology was just purchased by Amazon.
All right.
So now, Amazon controls the digital comic book world because they're the leading cloud-based retailer for comic books. So now Amazon it's crazy.
All right.
It's crazy.
Or check out your local comic book shop, because I'm sure if you ask for it, they'll find it for you.
All right.
Check out
maybe they'll find it for you.
Yeah. Check out a comic shop. And you go to any comic shops you want to?
No, actually, I switched to digital.
Sweet. All right, you switched to digital. Same with you, Noel?
Used to go to Coliseum of Comics.
Coliseum of Comics, you can find them all over the place.
Everywhere.
There's still a couple left around.
Ancient relics of the past.
Yeah.
Since we were talking about the creator of Winter Soldier,
another Easter egg.
Yeah. Ed Brubaker was actually at the reprogramming of the Winter Soldier when they took him back in as soon as Bucky started remembering Cap in the movie. The guy says, "Are you sure we should do this?" Is the creator of Winter Soldier, so he makes a guest star in it.
It's nice to just throw that in.
I don't know if the movie made it clear, but Bucky survives. Right? He survives that incident, and he's collected by Hydra, and brainwashed, and he's actually used as a weapon to do assassinations throughout the year, major hits. And so he's the reason why he hasn't aged is that they keep him in frozen, and then when they need a big major assassination, they'll unfreeze him.
They keep putting him back.
But
in
if you don't go back into ice, his old memories will start going back. So, which explains why Bucky is not, 60, 70 years, whatever, how old he is.
Same age as Cap still.
Yeah, so it's good. And he speaks 4 different languages. He's trained in martial arts. He got the cool robotic arm, and he's a master assassin. I mean, and I think it was a good job with fitting in Black Widow, a character who maybe doesn't get enough credit as a spy.
Yeah.
And she heard of the Winter Soldier, and there's I love that he was an urban legend for a long time. Like, we don't know he exists, but there's rumors all these assassinations was by this person called the Winter Soldier, and it makes sense with her background as a secret agent that she would hear about Winter Soldier.
And you can't knock his assassination background. I mean, he literally shot Nick Fury in the movie. Nick Fury is one of the hardest men to kill.
Still is.
And still always will be, but Winter Soldier came, shot him right in the back.
Can we talk about that scene?
Yeah, go right.
Yeah, so one of the best action scenes, like when we first met the Winter Soldier, it reminded me a lot of The Dark Knight, when the Joker and Batman were going head on, when the Joker had the Tommy gun and he was taunting Batman to hit him. When Winter Soldier first came, he just was out on the street. He didn't care who saw him. And he also had that, when the Joker first came out, he has that single mono score to him. In the Winter Soldier, if you rewatch the movie, he has that one flat tone every time he's in the movie, which gives him that threatening. It was just, he knew what he was like. From the moment, you had all the foot soldiers, didn't know what they were doing. They couldn't even kill one guy. One guy whose car couldn't even work. The worst Hydra agents in the world, but he knew exactly. He flipped that truck and he knew.
But you know what though? That scene where Nick Fury takes out all those agents was pretty badass.
Yeah, trying to get his car to work, and they did that multiple times in the movie, where it's literally the last possible second that you could have, reverse the situation is when they do it.
Yeah.
I know that's classic comic book thing, and I guess they kind of kept that. They did it in this part. They did it at the end of the movie.
And what he has, his little magic laser pointer that cuts holes in the ground.
The window integrity is at 1%.
Of course.
And then the gun starts working and he can shoot everybody. And then
and kill everybody.
The car is flipped over when Winter Soldier flips it, and he's just about to open the door, and last second he cuts a hole out. It was a really
that Nick Fury.
That little tiny thing could cut through that floor in 0.5 seconds flat.
That's alien tech, man.
Alien tech.
So one of the things, the major story in this has to do with SHIELD trying to develop their helicarriers. Mm-hmm. So they want to do multiple helicarriers that link up, so basically they could target anywhere in the world. And that's when Captain America first has this friction with Nick Fury, where he says, it's not our job to monitor everybody. We have to react, not, scare everybody, strike fear into them. And then that's when we discover the real intentions for the helicarriers, when Hydra is revealed as SHIELD, basically, right?
Yeah.
So the whole story has to do with these, upgraded by Tony Stark, by the way, after an Easter, a little throw in there.
Yeah, Stark Enterprise.
Yeah, they upgraded. You can even tell it had the blue, it looked like the repulsor technology, but Hydra had the plans to destroy the whole East Coast.
Shows you how amazing Hydra can be if they put their resources into it, guys. They were SHIELD. SHIELD, which has been built up in how many movies now? Well, for the movieverse.
For a while.
They've been hinting at SHIELD for a long time.
Yeah, they even dropped that Peggy, his love interest from Avengers 1, was one of the founding members.
Yeah.
So they threw if you're not paying attention, or if you forgot the first Avenger, there's a lot of things you might have missed.
Yeah.
I know there was that one awkward scene that I found a little awkward, where Captain America, or Steve Rogers, went to go visit Peggy, old Peggy, in the hospital. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm not sure if the fans remembered that was Peggy from the first movie as an elder lady.
It felt like we had touched on that before. I didn't feel like that was the right scene for the movie. It kind of threw it out there, I guess, just to show like, this is the second movie, guys. You remember this girl from
Yeah.
from
We're
the first
tying it all
movie?
together.
I'm wondering if it's a tie-in only because of the fact that Marvel's planning on doing an Agent Carter series.
I guess. I mean, I didn't know they were going to do an Agent Carter series.
Well,
but-
it's been talked about, and I think she's actually signed on for it.
But as for the tone and the pacing of the movie,
threw it
having
off.
him go into the hospital, everything's really sad for him now. And
Well, that's after he did his monster workout, right?
Exactly.
Where he ran 13 miles in 30 minutes. And
Yeah.
that's the first time we were introduced to his new BFF.
who I love this guy so
your
much.
left.
He was a great addition to the movie.
Yes.
Brilliant actor, great
Yeah.
comic relief.
Anthony
left.
Mackie.
Don't say it on your left.
Yep, on your
your
left. So Anthony Mackie, he was excited to join. Like every interview, he said he wanted to be Falcon. He wanted to be a superhero. So you could tell.
I wanted a quick note. I don't mean to cut you off. I did not see any trailers for the movie. I haven't looked at anything for this movie. I was not expecting a Falcon at all. As soon as they're like, "Oh, you're a pilot, right? Steal us some of this." He's like, "Oh, I'm not that kind of pilot." Shows
Right.
him that, and they end up, he end up in a Falcon suit. I wasn't expecting.
which is actually one of the examples of the redesign
Yeah.
working great, because if he wore his red and white costume from the comics, thank God. So he was great comic relief, but he was also, they showed that he wasn't involved with the military anymore, but he still tried to help people.
Exactly.
So Steve Rogers came to him
Yeah.
for
Really
help
relatable.
when he had no one to trust. So he went to him, and I found it a little weird that he was quick to jump on the Captain America bandwagon.
But it's also he's
Cap.
starstruck.
And he's Cap, yeah, like,
Yeah, it's like Cap needs some help. I'm
Right,
with you,
right.
man.
yeah.
You're gonna if you have the ability, you're gonna throw your hat in with Cap.
Yes. So I thought he was a great addition. He wasn't underused, but he wasn't overused.
Yeah, they had a nice middle.
And he had
ground
his
for it.
nice, his historic, heroic moment, and it wasn't too much. So it was a nice, subtle way to introduce a new character.
Yeah, and the way that they quick showed him as they threw the guy off the building, picked him up there. That was a pretty.
That was a good scene. That was a good scene.
intense.
Yeah.
But,
You're not the kind of guy to throw me off a building. You're right. I'm not. Moves aside. Black Widow kicks him off the damn building.
And that's when I was sucked into the movie, because I thought Black Widow killed him.
yeah, I'm just like, whoa! I wasn't like. That's kind of dark, but they're keeping it a really light tone right now.
And
They're joking about it.
that was a major scene, because that's one of the scenes. That guy, the agent, has actually been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a while as a SHIELD agent. That's the first time it was revealed that he is a Hydra agent, and Senator Stern from
Right after the scene of the.
Hail Hydra.
Yes. So we discovered. So now when we watch Iron Man 2 and we see Senator Stern giving Tony a hard time about the armors.
Makes
Yeah,
all that
he was a
sense.
Hydra all along, guys.
Yes.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
I didn't. I did not at all. And that's there was a lot of twists in this film. Like the plot kept on revolving. The big reveal of the moment was when they went down to the bunker area and they found a comic book character, one of the villains, Zola. He was in the first Avenger movie. He was
Yeah.
a Red Skull sidekick character.
Yeah.
But
I like how they presented him in the film. It was very comic book feel.
Right.
AI on a computer with a distorted, code face that talks and everything.
with the scary
With
accent.
the scary accent, gotta have that German accent. That
Yep.
scary German accent. But all the computers everywhere with the huzzing. It was good.
It was very classic. And if
Very
you
classic.
actually, and Jose showed me the other day, what the comic version of this guy looks like.
Whoa.
I'm glad they went
space.
right over here.
I have space right here. I'll put it right here for you, Noel.
No, it's all right. Let's keep the gag going. I love it. Right over here.
Yeah, so we got a quick peek at him. For the fans, it was a nice moment, and then other people, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Talking to a computer AI program, I thought this was a Marvel movie.
Like, this is so weird. I can't accept this. I can't accept this. But so that happened. That's the moment where Captain America discovers that everything he's been helping SHIELD with, and Black Widow took it the worst because she actually thought she was turning her life around
Yeah.
when she joined S.H.I.E.L.D.
Leaving the KGB, right?
So she took it pretty hard in this movie. Even though she was used a lot for comic relief too, to bounce off Cap.
Yeah, she had
But-
a lot of development there too.
Yeah, that was a good moment for her. And if you didn't notice, she had a little necklace with a little arrow for her little boo.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that until
Yeah.
you pointed it out. If you check the pictures for it, yeah, she's got a little arrow necklace there.
Yep.
Little
For a little Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah. You know, all the superheroes love Black Widow. I mean, how can you resist her, you know? But she was good, and
Sorry if I keep looking off screen because she's on the TV.
Oh, she's on screen.
we're actually
right
watching.
now.
If you can see
we
right
put on the
here,
Avengers as we did this.
Avengers right over here.
No, the way we have the camera set up, you can't see.
Actually,
not
very
too
slightly above
Very
Jose's head.
I think one of the surprise characters for me was the main villain, Alexander Pierce, played by Robert Redford.
Yeah.
And he's not the typical villain that we're kind of used to. We always expect like the villain to turn into a super duper villain at the end. But he was a
This
nasty.
isn't even my final form.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yes. So he was a great villain, a great mastermind kind of villain. And this is probably the first time we saw the secret council that Nick Fury was talking to in Avengers
Yeah.
when they wanted to nuke New York City. Like,
Yeah, they were all behind, the screen with their face blacked out.
let's just nuke New York. Like, that's your plan?
Yeah, that works.
Let's just nuke
all
it.
else fails, just nuke New York.
But yeah, it was good to see them for the first time, like as actual people. And I wonder how much deeper it goes. You know, they were all surprised when a Hydra agent infiltrated them,
Yeah.
and they all were killed.
Except for we don't know what happened to the woman
Right.
because that was Black Widow all along. Oh no.
No one saw that coming.
After that woman kicked everybody's ass, and then, like, she was just about to reveal that she was, the Black Widow, everybody in the theater I was in was clapping. It's like, yeah, that old woman just kicked everybody's ass. And then it's like, takes off the face thing, and it was Black Widow, and everyone just stops clapping.
okay, makes sense.
Yep, this character. And one of the little seeds that Marvel planted was introducing Brock Rumlow, who eventually becomes Crossbow. He's introduced as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. But even from the beginning, he has this villainous look.
Yeah.
And then we see that elevator scene, the elevator fight scene.
That was pretty intense.
That was funny.
They tried to clap him with the
The metallic shackles.
Yes, that was
Or
good.
magnetic shackles.
Magnetic, sorry.
Magnetic shackles.
But that was a really good fight scene. I like those close quarters elevator fight scenes. There's been a couple of them out there.
That was a good scene.
That was a good scene, especially when Cap realizes what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, when he jumped
He's
out.
like, so
Who wants to get off on this level?
Yeah, he gave him a chance. He's a Boy Scout. He could change your minds because I'm gonna hurt you. I'm a super soldier. I thought they would be more prepared.
Yeah, trying to
one.
take down Cap, they think just the magnetic things will work.
They got too cocky.
No, yeah, way too cocky. Well, they sent the entire strike teams out. They didn't expect Cap apparently to jump out a window,
no, not at all.
which that just feels painful when he lands on his shield.
What is that shield absorbs everything.
It does. That's a crazy shield.
Even him.
So yeah, you're talking about that guy. If you didn't stick around to the final parts of the movie, guys, you didn't see that he was carried away on a stretcher.
Real quick, they showed him all burnt.
Yeah, he's all burnt up, his face all nasty.
I'm sure he'll be a major
They
punk.
made sure to show you that.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget about him. He's
Nah.
going to show up later.
Another scene that we were talking about Nick Fury getting shot at by the Winter Soldier. Another Easter egg is Peggy's daughter. Is it her
Niece.
daughter or her niece? Agent 13.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't even notice this.
Yeah.
It was you that pointed this out.
Yeah, it was just in the comics, she's Captain America's love interest, so they kind of maybe introduced her here.
Yeah, the girl from across the hall.
Yeah, the nurse.
The nurse.
That was for his protection.
For his protection.
So, and that it was good because Marvel didn't give her a lot of screen time, but they gave her enough screen time.
Gave her enough and made her important.
Even Maria Hill. She came in like in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah, Agent Hill.
and then she had a nice role.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. She shows up when
The funeral when he's the dead body.
yeah, at the dead body, or no, when he's in the hospital first.
Right.
And it's like, oh, is that? Yeah. Didn't even see her walk up there. She's just suddenly there and crying.
Yeah.
Not a lot of speaking role for her, but they did throw her in there.
But it's good though. It's good because if you want to believe this universe that they're building, she needs to be right by Nick Fury.
Exactly.
Because she's second in command,
Right.
basically after him. So hopefully we see her in a bigger role in the future.
Yes, definitely.
I think one of the action scenes that gets forgotten, we talked about the elevator scene, but we forgot when he took down that jet.
Oh man.
He took that down with no problem.
Yeah, when he was leaving there, he grabbed the motorcycle going across it, and it's just like, Cap, you can't go here. We've got a jet. Just turn around. Nothing stops Cap.
It doesn't matter who his opponent is. I'm gonna take it down one way or another.
Stars and stripes.
Yep. But he knew how to take it down. Like if he thought about it, like when he first saw it.
Yeah. That quick. He ain't no Batman. He don't need no prep time.
No prep time. He's a master strategist.
I got this. I got a shield. I'm gonna jump on top of this thing. I'm gonna punch it here. I'm gonna
take it down.
It was really nice.
Yep.
Really good.
It actually made it believable.
Full of really good action.
As silly as it sounds for a guy to take down a jet on his own, they actually made it kind of believable.
They shouldn't have been so low to the ground. That was their fault. They should have just went from a distance.
It's just something about the poor training that these Hydra agents have that
Look, they have a lot of agents. They just don't have enough time to train them all the greatest.
I would say gun training is number one, and they miss a lot in this movie.
Training number one is Hail.
Oh yeah, they do that great. They're all in sync and they all say it at the right tone, but they cannot shoot a gun. They have the other
Are they the stormtroopers?
Yes, there are Marvel stormtroopers.
Hey, you remember that article? Have you read the article that all the stormtroopers are purposely firing?
Yes, that's a great article.
It was a good
actually.
article.
I never read the article.
I'll link it to you later. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, and that led to one of the scenes where Captain America, they had the other highway scene, which is also really good, where Winter Soldier confronts Cap.
Yeah, Cap and Falcon.
That was a good scene.
Captain Falcon. Oh, I mean Cap and Falcon.
Cap, Falcon, and the Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
And we really got to see Winter Soldier do a lot of damage in that scene. He killed. I want to go back and rewatch it and see the body count.
Yeah.
He might be leading the way in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, he definitely had no regard for anybody.
Nope.
Anyway.
And the knife fighting.
Carbon polymer. Should withstand your average German bayonet. Although, Hydra's not going to attack you with a pocket knife.
Oh my god.
Guy had infinite knives. That's one thing. I'm just like, every time he knocks a knife, there's another one. He's got another knife and another knife and another knife.
But the way he moved that thing was just ridiculous.
Yeah,
When it was
very hard CQC there, that close quarter combat. Really good choreography.
Yeah, really good.
Constant on the tip of your seat thriller
Yeah.
kind of scenes.
And that scene actually had one of the comic book moments where he goes Bucky and he goes, "Who the hell is Bucky?" That's straight out the comic.
Yeah, one for one.
Yep. That's one of the panels. So that was a good. And they had the money shot. So if you're a fan of comic books and you see that when he catches the shield and he does his little pose with the shield.
Does that little pose.
Yes, he letting the fans know that.
Come on, if you guys haven't, you're not up to date with.
If you don't know this stuff, can we just say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so we all know that Captain America gets assassinated. I'm saying that sarcastically if you're hearing the audio version, but throughout that time, it's Captain's wish that Bucky takes over the mantle of Captain America. So for a few years after the Civil War storyline, Bucky was Captain America for a few years. So
and since we're breaking all bounds and talking about that anyway.
Spoilers, wink.
That's exactly what I think the last teaser was. Bucky realizing who he is. He's back in the museum, and they're talking about the actor who plays Bucky, Sebastian Stan, has signed a 9-picture deal. So if there's anything that hints towards him being a Captain
Spoiler
America,
there, guys. 9 movie deal.
9 movies, and he's only been in 2 so far.
or maybe he's just in post-credit scenes.
That, or they just want to keep showing the Winter Soldier. But all these telltales kind of lead to him taking. The telltale signs are leading to him being the next Captain America. Chris Evans, I think, is done after 3. Captain America 3 and Adventures.
No, that's code for pay me more. After the 3rd film, I don't know if I want to make any more. Okay.
I just got all of this money. I don't know, man.
Like, how much is Robert Downey making? I want that much.
Well, the thing is all of the Avengers are heading that way right now.
They're getting too popular.
I'm done after my contract. You know.
I mean, hell, they had to change the Hulk guy already.
3 times?
3 times.
Well, it's
Although
2
I
times.
love Ed Norton as the Hulk.
Huh?
Ed Norton as Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
Yeah. I
By
liked
far.
It was
By far my favorite. Just like we omitted certain Marvel movies, the Ang Lee.
What? No? What?
Exactly. Eric Bana, who?
Huh? I don't know.
Hulk Dogs, what? We will not discuss that movie. But I think another point to talk is for the fans of the comic book, this is the first time we saw the Triskelion, which is the actual base of the shield. We always see them in the helicarrier.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice treat, just for the fans.
Yeah.
Even
like
though,
you said, just that slight nod to the comic book.
yeah, just little things here and there. Only difference is in the comic is in New York, but they moved it to DC.
Yeah.
I hope the purists don't get mad about that. But it's okay, it works.
American City is an American city, man.
Well, a place of national defense.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think, what did you think of? I heard mixed things about Winter Soldier. It's called The Winter Soldier, but did you like The Winter Soldier?
Yeah. The guy was awesome. Like the movie was good. I mean, everything about this movie was
The script was well written.
Did you like Bucky? Did you like him? Like his performance?
Yeah, definitely. Bucky as a Winter
he
Soldier.
kept the stoic, I'm a brainwashed thing, but as soon as it clicked in his head, like, I know you, he's like, I know you? Who the hell is Bucky? And he goes back, but I mean, the guy did a good performance. I mean, he didn't get a lot of screen time to develop himself all too much until mostly the end. Like the fight scenes, the guy knew how to do a fight scene. Man.
And what happened in that fight scene? Did Captain America take off his mask?
No.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Of course. You can't have a finale without the hero taking off his mask.
That's the point we touched on before. Oh well, fight scene better just
Take off the protective gear.
Gotta show my pretty boy face. Let me just.
My
I
perfect.
just so happen to be fully makeuped under this mask. I haven't been sweating into this thing, and I smell like 9 Foot Locker rooms.
I know. Well, did you like the finale, like the switching the microchips? Did you find that a little?
I thought that was really corny because I mean they did the direct comic book. It's to the last second. All right, we need to get this done. And you can only it'll only work if all 3 of them are put in. Okay, so you go for one, you go for the other, and then we'll go for the third at the end.
Right.
And it's up until the last second. It's like, all right, we're targeted on all the targets. With 2 million targets. All right, ready, fire when ready. He didn't just say fire. It was just like fire. Okay, firing in 3, 2, and through that whole 3, 2, it's them fighting, him trying to scramble for it, and finally putting it in right when he's like 1. He didn't fire at 1. 3, 2, 1, fire. And it's like, where'd the targets go?
Zoom.
I mean, it's that classic comic book.
Again, it's a comic book film. It's a comic book film,
So
so
it's definitely a comic book moment.
yeah, definitely comic
And
book.
even the showdown, the final showdown between Bucky and Cap. I don't know about you, but I got the Star Wars vibe from it.
It's fighting up on the
Like the little bridge
the
and
little
then,
bridge to being
then-
knocked off.
Yeah, they had the dark, the dark character and the good character.
We said that Anthony and Joe Russo were filming, not J.J. Abrams.
There was no lens flares in this movie, but
We didn't see a flying R2D2 anywhere.
but it was on his list. He actually he finished Star Wars, Captain America. He has to catch up to Star Trek after. So he saw Star Wars. He still has Steve Jobs to learn about. Nirvana was on his list.
Yeah.
So he has some catching up
If
to
you
do.
guys saw that when his list to catch up on, it was a pretty funny list if you could read fast when he pulls out that little note.
Yeah.
Also, the interesting thing about that list is no matter what country you've seen Captain America, the list changes.
Really?
The list changes depending on your locale.
That's interesting. They kept it current to wherever it was released.
Right. because no one else in the world knows who Steve Jobs is, so they had to change it for different countries.
Or GM.
Yeah,
Or
they had.
Apple.
Yeah, they put like World Cup on different countries. I guess soccer's really big, so
Yeah, of course.
so that was a cool little thing. They didn't have to do that, but I thought it was
They
cool.
did.
I don't know about you, but as a comic book fan, you have to find things you didn't like. Is there any moments in the movie that you were like,
Well, I already said that last
Finale.
down to the last second. I mean, the fight scene was really good. I really liked how the 3 helicarriers shooting each other down and them fighting inside of it while it's spinning
Falling,
out
yeah.
of control, falling. I liked it. It had a nice sense of scale. Slapping through that building like it was butter and still going after it.
and it looked good.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
The CG
really good
was-
CG on there.
Yeah, CG was flawless. My biggest thing, and I know we were going to talk about this later, is the twins.
Okay,
Um,
this
The other spoiler.
ending.
Well, let me just give you my two moments, because I know we're gonna spend a long time talking about the post credits. This is me. I'm not a big fan of Cap and his Nikes and skinny jeans. And then the Apple scene was a little cringeworthy for me.
He made fun of the shoes.
He did, but the Apple scene, him in the Apple store.
Yeah, that was.
And then her putting in the high-tech Shield drive into a Mac. You know that wouldn't work. You know that.
Yeah, Shield Tech only works on other Shield Tech.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna put it into this MacBook Pro in the mall.
Go in the iMac store and
Right.
I don't know. That was they had a lot of good comedy moments in the movie. That was just a little.
Oh, a lot of Chevy moments too.
Oh God, the 2 cars pulling up to each other. Yeah, cops drive a Chevy, and so does Shield.
Everything.
They paused on that screen for like 10 seconds before they looked, and they looked over. What, you want to see? I don't even know what he said. You want to see my license registration?
Yeah.
Something like that.
What else did you notice? Did you? I'm into marketing, so
Okay.
as soon as I see something, it doesn't
The
piss me off.
droids?
No, it was an HTC actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
HTC phone. Yeah, I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
And
these big movies are just really big advertisements now too.
I try
It
not
used to be subtle. Now their main focal points, like stare at these cars, look at my great phone that
Yeah.
we're all using.
Like, let's take a long 10-second shot of my phone with the HTC logo on it.
Oh, right. What was it? Nick Fury's inside the house, and he's just like, my wife threw me out, and he types on his little HTC. Everyone has ears. There's ears everywhere. Just like, look at my phone.
Look at my phone.
Look at my. You couldn't just piece of paper, like we used to. You got to put it on a phone.
Hey, that's the new age.
He has good eyesight. He
got
had that
shot
super
for that.
soldier
I'm glad
eyesight.
He got shot for that.
Oh, that was a nice thing because it was unexpected.
Yeah, definitely unexpected. You
That's
wouldn't
actually
think
the first
somebody
time-
could find Nick Fury at his weakest moment.
And that was the first time he chased him, right?
Yeah, that's the. I'm gonna put that right on the screen.
Tell him I'm in pursuit.
Well, I'll put a link to it. I can't say it, but it's the America F yeah. It's him just running through the building, bursting
Yeah.
through every single
Yep.
wall. Just that was a great scene. Just it shows you how strong and how fast Cap can be when he's serious. Like he is pounding through doors, punching through the walls of this building. He's just like, I'm catching up to this guy no matter what.
He did a good job.
Oh god, yeah, it was really good,
I'm sure Winter Soldier was shocked too.
but it wasn't a good scene just because through that shield, caught it. This is awesome.
Let you know that this
Oh,
guy's
serious.
serious. Yeah, he's serious business.
Even Cap was surprised for that.
And I think that's all my nitpicking. Those 2 scenes, that's it. Everything else I was happy with.
Okay.
So now let's
Just the logos throwing stuff out there, the Chevys. I really didn't pick all too much outside of
I got rainbow. If you into women's clothing, there was a rainbow shot of the store Rainbow in the
I'm
mall.
afraid I'm not too good on my fashion sense.
Yeah.
I've only got shirts, guys. Today it's Thundercats. I should have worn my Cap shirt or my Secret Wars shirt, but I didn't think that far ahead.
So the movie, that's it.
All right, so we'll jump over to what
Let's go.
Noel was talking
Let's go
about.
to the money.
The secret ending. Okay, if you guys didn't know, which apparently a lot of people in my theater didn't, because they show Quicksilver
And Scarlet Witch.
and Scarlet Witch. And it's funny when they show Quicksilver, someone in my theater goes, "It's the Flash!" Oh man, there were some good laughs around there. But yeah, that's
Right.
really huge
It
for
is.
the universe.
It is.
I don't know if you guys know for Scarlet Witch, but well, if you guys aren't that far ahead in X-Men universing,
Then you don't
Scarlet
know.
Witch is the one that made all the mutants go away.
No more mutants.
Yeah, she just said no more mutants, gone. Only what 70 mutants left in the
About,
entire world.
yep. It was they're on the verge of extinction.
Yeah, there was a huge arc in the X-Men universe, and they showed her right there. They showed that they had the what's the name of his Loki's
scepter.
Do they give it a name?
I don't think
don't
it
know
has
if
a
they-
name. It's just Loki's scepter.
Yeah, it's Loki's scepter. I'm sure there's a name for it, but they have it, locked into place, and they have both Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch under their control, and that's Hydra.
But even though I know everyone's paying attention to those two, but that was Baron Wolfgang Van Strucker. So
Baron, oh, you wrote it here.
yes, because he has such a vicious name.
right? Baron Wolfgang von Strucker.
He's
that's
he's one.
a pretty manly name.
He's a yes, and he's a villain.
Yeah.
And he's actually one of the main Hydra villains, which led to one of the theories that people thought that Alexander Pierce might have been the Red Skull.
Okay.
That was a conspiracy theory. So obviously that was false.
Right,
But that doesn't mean that Red Skull's out of the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with this dude is messing around with that staff of Loki.
And for Red Skull, I mean, if you read the comic, Red Skull always comes back somehow.
Well, even when they showed the first Avenger, Red Skull disappears.
Yeah.
You don't see where he goes. Everybody assumes he's vaporized, but he's not.
Nah.
He's somewhere in some dimension.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it was good because it teased him. And if he was a hardcore comic fan, you'll be happy. But those two were the money shot.
Yeah, definitely.
And-
That's why they saved that for the end.
Yeah.
And then back to why I was disappointed with that part is because these companies buy up our movies or our franchises, Magneto is not the father of the twins.
You can't even say that they're his children.
No,
You can't say
because
it.
Fox owns the rights to Magneto and the X-Men.
Yeah.
They can't even, I believe they can't even refer to them as mutants.
Nope.
They can say they were born with the abilities, but they can't use the word.
Mutants.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll change in the future as X-Men do become a part of a lot of stuff, guys. They're Marvel Universe.
I don't know, man.
I just hope the studios one day just play nice.
Let's play nice. Let's all make
They
money.
just all want the money. Yeah.
Let's make,
They don't want to share the money. I never want to share this stuff.
but maybe it's for the best. I mean, I know recently they had the Avengers versus X-Men storyline in the Marvel Universe. And can you imagine a movie with so many characters in there?
It'd be a little overwhelming.
It'll all be all Hugh Jackman movie.
Right.
Anyway.
So the last thing I want us to touch on for this little special episode is our predictions for the future of Marvel. Now I know it's kind of unofficial, but official at the same time. Stan Lee likes to babble a lot, but we have until 2028 of the Marvel Universe planned out now, or at least a general idea of the direction they want to go, because now they're trying to take, the comic book, streamline the main universe. What was it, 616?
Well, I don't know. I call this the movieverse because
Yeah, that's the movieverse.
because-
They're taking the 616 and making it into the movieverse.
yeah.
Right.
But they're taking this whole thing out, so they just have this whole line of movies now for 2028. That's a long time, guys. It's another 14 years of Marvel movies.
You're gonna have to dig deep into the crates for your characters.
Yeah, he had just posted before we got here some rumor of a lot of movies out there. We don't know if it's a real rumor yet, so we're not going to report it just yet. But there are some crazy movies on that list. But we do have some confirmed ones here.
Yes.
We already went through phase 1 and phase 2. We're on the end of phase 2 right
We
now.
got Guardians and Avengers 3 ties up phase 2.
Yeah. Phase 1, guys, was everything that was leading up to obviously the Avengers.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. They released it in a nice box set that comes in a shield case.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I want that.
That's why I don't buy the movies, because I buy them and then
Yeah.
they just repackage them into something better.
But yeah, phase 2 started with Iron Man 3 and then Thor: The Dark World, which both movies I still haven't seen. On my to-do list.
Captain
then-
America Winter Soldier's on there. Guardians of the Galaxy coming out
August.
in May.
That's our next
Or
one,
is it
guys.
August.
Check out our, well, I'm sure we'll do a nice breakdown of that one.
That's gonna be a
I'm
fun
looking
one.
forward to that one.
Yeah.
And then after Guardians of the Galaxy goes into 2015 with Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, my problem with this
Ant-Man is following.
Ant-Man is following it. I
thought it
was
would
under the instinct
all the way around.
Impression that Ant-Man was supposed to come first because Henry Pym needs to be a character before Ultron comes into existence.
Right.
He creates him, and that's a huge thing with Ant-Man is him, like his development is he created Ultron, this huge, villain for the Marvel universe, and
and that movie is following Age of Ultron, which makes no sense.
The only thing I can think of is they're introducing Ant-Man in Age of Ultron
And then doing a movie arc.
Its own movie arc.
Right.
But I know you said there were rumors that they were doing Ultron a different way, right?
So I predict, with the changes of Hank Pym, I think they're gonna actually replace it with Tony Stark's as the creator of Ultron, as a way maybe for him not to be Iron Man. Maybe he develops like a patrol unit of Ultrons that go corrupt, forcing him to take responsibility and maybe returning to Iron Man. Because in Iron Man 3, spoiler for you, he destroys all his Iron Man armors and he gives up everything. So maybe this will give us a chance. He tries to do good by creating this Ultron 1.0.
Okay.
And maybe he just goes bad.
Way for it. I know later on in the Marvelverse, they are going to do the Hulkbuster suit for Iron Man.
Yes.
That's already in concept works of how they're going to do it in the movie.
Yeah.
So he's going to come back some way for Iron Man, but Hulkbuster. I've always liked the Hulkbuster.
So it makes you wonder. You try to predict the story of why would he have to use the Hulkbuster armor?
Yeah.
So maybe it has to do with Hydra and their Loki staff with the mind controlling.
A lot of predictions there.
Because why would he have to fight Hulk?
Hulk right now is being a good guy. I mean,
somewhat under
Avengers,
control.
Yeah. I mean, he still likes to punch at his Guardians.
Yes.
Which is something that the director said that they love to do. Their favorite thing is knocking an Asgardian out of frame. So every time there's always one there, one is always going to get knocked out.
Nice.
That's how
that's hilarious.
Iron Man, tackled Thor in one of the shots when he was talking to Loki, which is a great comedic moment in the Avengers. But yeah.
I do think that they will introduce Hank Pym.
Yeah.
Or at least mention his technology was used to program the AI. At least mention it.
Yeah, that could be the thing too. Like, it's a Stark
hardware.
Stark hardware with
Pym's
software.
Hopefully.
So there could be a joint project. That's why there's two sides to this.
Yes.
There could be a joint venture between them. That would be a really good way to introduce both of them. But Ant-Man, I really liked Henry Pym. Henry Pym was... I never really was into him a long time ago, but he was a really major point in the Secret Invasion, and Secret Invasion really holds a good place in my heart. So I love the Skrulls so much. They're so interesting to me.
Right.
But Pym was a major part of that story, as he developed the first technology to find the Skrulls. But I'm really glad they're doing an Ant-Man movie. That was the first one that because originally that was under the Phase 2.
And then they pushed it back.
And they pushed it to Phase 3 because it was supposed to end with Ant-Man, and Avengers 3 was supposed to be the start of the next phase.
Right.
And that's how the original rumor was, but now they swapped them around. And
do you think they'll be introducing Wasp in this?
Yeah. Wasp was a major part of the Avengers. She was one of the founding members in the original comics.
Isn't she the wife of Henry Pym?
And the wife of Henry Pym. So.
But
I mean, in the movie verse, she
Michael
wasn't
Douglas.
even there.
He's how old is Michael Douglas? Like 60-something, 70? Is this weird, the decisions to cast Michael Douglas? So we'll see how Paul Rudd does.
Yeah, it is confirmed that Michael Douglas will be Henry Pym. Hank Pym.
Yeah.
The Pym.
Mr. Pym.
Mr. Pym.
Dr. Pym.
Dr. Pym.
But yeah. So that's Paul Rudd is actually playing probably the younger, more heroic version of Ant-Man. So. Yeah. This is the movie verse. I mean, and Marvel, Marvel has it planned out. Let's just sit back, relax, and just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, from Ant-Man, that starts Phase 3 now apparently, and then it goes into Cap 3, which they've already started hinting at what Cap 3 is going to be about already. So, predictions for Cap 3? How do you think it's going to go?
I think I know how it's going to end. I think that may be the last that we see Chris Evans.
Okay.
with the mantle. I could see it ending. Actually, I don't want to see Winter Soldier take the mantle in that movie. I would like to see it end with maybe just Steve Rogers' assassination.
Okay.
Hinting that Winter Soldier is going to take the mantle. So
Okay.
I think
Yeah, they have a lot of time to build up.
it'll be a nice way to build that little trilogy, like the Chris Evans trilogy of Cap, and move
Right.
on to the new chapters.
Yeah. And then it goes. I know these have been confirmed by Stan Lee himself in his ramblings at MegaCon.
Right.
Black Panther movie in Phase 3, and Doctor Strange.
Which he was mentioned during
Yeah.
Name
Captain
drop.
America.
In Winter Soldier, they definitely name dropped him. Stephen Strange. It was one little name drop, but made me grin from ear to ear inside the theater.
All right.
I was probably one of the few, but
Yeah, I think that with Guardians of the Galaxy is two of Marvel's riskiest
yeah.
moves.
Yeah, Doctor Strange would definitely be an interesting turn for Marvel. I know they're going a comedic route for Guardians of the Galaxy because that's how that comic is. But how they're going to do Doctor Strange, that's an entire another story.
Yeah. But I think that's going to lead into the bigger picture of the gems.
Yeah.
Avengers.
If you guys don't know, they keep hinting at these gems. The Tesseract is the first one that they hint at.
Yes.
The Aether.
And the Aether.
From Thor: The Dark
From
World.
Thor in a Dark World. They're all building up to the gems for the Infinity Gauntlet,
Which mysteriously disappeared from Odin's room from Thor 1.
yeah, they didn't even show it in there.
They did show it in
They
there.
did show it in there?
And then it disappeared.
Okay, I missed the Thor movie, so I don't.
And then the Doctor Strange's source of power was also in that room too.
Really? Man, I gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Movies, man. I ain't got time for that. Anyway. But yeah, it is all building up towards Infinity Gauntlet, which a lot of people love the Infinity Gauntlet. That is a very important series for a lot of people.
A lot of characters.
A lot of characters inside that.
It's gonna be tough.
I know a comic shop hat carries an Infinity Gauntlet inside of the
Really?
Geek Easy. There's one inside of there.
Oh, I have to go check it out.
It's always been my favorite little ornament.
Nice.
But yeah, it's all building up towards Infinity Gauntlet, which obviously is probably going to be Avengers 3.
Right.
I would imagine.
That's where you're going to have a lot of people in one place.
Well, can you imagine the payoff? Like the way they're setting up all these movies is not gonna feel rushed. It's gonna be in anticipation.
I mean, we have till Avengers 3, Doctor Strange, Pink Panther,
There's no
Black
confirming.
Panther. They're all to be announced. They don't have any dates yet,
Right.
but they have all these. They said they have the Marvel Universe penciled out until 2028. So
That's a
they have a
long
lot of
time.
time, and they are making so much money off this movie as long as Robert Downey Jr. is not in it.
No, they're still making a killing.
Yeah, they're
Regardless,
making a killing. They're making good
regardless
capital.
if he's in it or not, he's making a killing, or not just him. Disney is making a killing on this.
Yeah, Disney's got the money for it. That's why they wanted to keep going with this. Disney has their princesses, and now they have their superheroes.
Which I'm really proud of Disney for not really putting their fingers into this movie. Even like the Marvel Universe stuff don't have that Disney feel to it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that they're hands off.
Well, the only thing I feel is the Guardians of the Galaxy. They kept it PG-13 so more people would see it.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Well, you gotta
Disney
sell the
hand
plush Rocket Raccoon.
I want a plush Rocket Raccoon. Does it shoot me? When
It comes with a tree for Groot.
The house plant.
It comes with a house plant. Yep. So yeah, I think Marvel just printing money right now. So
yeah, Marvel's printing money, and Disney has enough money to just let it roll and sit back and relax.
and DC Comics are taking notes, and maybe by 2030 they'll release a Wonder Woman movie.
Oh man, by 2030, guys, we can't wait. That Wonder Woman.
Or they'll just reboot again.
Well, they'll stick her in every single video game that DC makes and make sure that she's the front ass that everybody sees.
Yep.
They love selling her sex symbol, but they won't make a damn movie about it.
No one will take her serious. I wonder why, DC.
Because you won't take her serious, DC. That's the whole problem. Well, guys, I think that's a bit about it we have about
Yeah.
Winter Soldier and Marvelverse here. Any
Yes.
final thoughts, or?
I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, we all grew up with comics. Comic book movies are getting so good now that everybody else is into comics as well. it's a nice day and age to live in.
Yes.
I mean, before we only had slight movies here or there, weren't very good.
Howard the Duck? You didn't like Howard the Duck? You didn't like Howard the Duck?
No. Let's just not.
That's actually on their list of the 20.
Really?
No.
That's one of the... This guy. So, yeah, look forward to everything. Go ahead and leave some comments, some suggestions below. Anything you'd like to say about the podcast. Anything we've talked about here today. What are your predictions for the Marvel Universe? What do you think is going to happen after Avengers 3? There's already rumors going about with all these really random movies, and we don't know if they're true or not, but you never know.
Well, let us know what you think about Bucky and the whole Winter Soldier.
Yeah, how'd you like Winter Soldier? How'd you like Bucky? Was Bucky being the Winter Soldier? Like, was that a big thing for you? Was that a reveal? Was us telling you that he's going to be Captain America later a big reveal? Oops, said it again. In case you forgot.
In case you made it this far and blurred us out for the whole podcast.
But yeah, let us know, guys, and maybe if you guys have any, questions or comments, we'll do a little one-shot videos here and there. Talk to you guys about that.
So is it your favorite? Is it your favorite Marvel film?
Favorite Marvel film to date? Not really. I'm really big with Spider-Man.
Okay.
Just like, I don't know, the first Spider-Man that came out, even if no one likes Tobey Maguire, it was the first big comic book movie for me.
Okay.
Coming into it, I didn't really care for the Batmans growing up. Well, I love the Joker, but Spider-Man was my first, and I still love Spider-Man. I'll go back and watch that 1,000 times. Spider-Man 2, same thing.
Cool.
But no Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 never.
How is it? Where does it rank for you?
When it comes to Marvel, I would say it'd be second to the Avengers.
I think I agree with Noel.
Yeah, second to Avengers. Avengers is pretty good, guys.
Avenger-
That's probably my second.
Avenger has a lot of camp in it, a lot of fun in it.
But it has a lot of good chemistry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that money shot when they're all together, it's
Doing the pose.
the pose, the superhero pose.
As soon as you got the comic book cover pose, everybody's happy.
And they didn't focus too much on any one character. I think it, again, the chemistry was there. They played well together, and I'm just looking forward to the next couple of adventures.
All right. Well, this is MyNerd signing out, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Jose, again.
Hell Hydra.
All right. Thank you, my followers. Have a good night.
Good night. Good morning.